start with the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did everybody have a chance to review the agenda?
Go ahead.
We'll fight over it.
Yeah, I would move to approve the agenda.
A second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Is there any further discussion?
You won't have the Wyoming Business Council on at the end. They emailed me late last night saying they couldn't make it, but I do have an easement for you to approve for the Wheatland REA. So if you just want to do that during my time, that's fine.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Did everybody have a chance to review the minutes from the February 3rd meeting?
Did I move to approve the minutes from the February 3rd meeting?
Second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the February 3rd meeting. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Now we just need to.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Did everybody have a chance to review the vouchers?
Yeah, I would move to approve the vouchers.
A second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the vouchers. Is there any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. You're done with those. You're done with these. Yeah.
I've been looking at them on my phone. Hi, Christie.
Good morning.
Thank you. How are you?
Fabulous, thank you. I have an inside job today, so that's a great thing.
As long as you're not talking about trading stocks, you're good.
Which bank are we robbing today, Christie?
Yeah, maybe I should be more, I have a job that's indoors today. I don't have to be out in the breeze.
Yeah.
Might be one of the better movies out there though, Inside Job. Yes. I'm glad we have a stone building. Days like today.
All right, we have Treasurer Ritz on our agenda.
Morning.
Morning.
So, not a whole lot to go ahead and report this month. January usually isn't a really big, motor vehicle or tax. We get the leftover from people who are paying in full. Sales tax was better this month. It was not quite as high as I look back to February of last year, but we're still doing.
We're kind of curious as to what happens in February.
Yeah, I know.
Stuff like that.
So those are the things. We are running delinquent reminders, tax reminders today to send out. So that'll help. We give them about a month pay. We figure the interest out about a month, so. And then March is our biggest auto month by far.
March is the biggest automobile month.
Before we went to a staggered system, everybody had to have their plates come due in March.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
then, when we went to the staggered system, then all commercial vehicles, fleet vehicles, all still had to come due in March. So lots of people just got used to that.
Just
and
stay.
Just would rather,
Yeah.
that's still the deal.
I like to spread it out.
I'm always afraid I'll be driving the one that didn't get renewed, so we have all of ours due at the same time.
It's I forget, so I appreciate you coming in here. I actually have to stop by your office.
Very good, yes,
I was there this morning.
yes.
That's
We
right.
received this morning.
I think I'm all caught up now.
Well, it's super easy to spot the ones that are not.
I was just gonna give Christy the check this morning here, but I decided if I was. Check on-
Money changes hands.
Too soon. Yeah.
Yeah,
too
don't do
soon.
that yet.
Too soon. Too soon.
It's just, yeah.
It's
Rob the
Chairman-
bank first.
Chairman Shockley bribing the treasurer to not get pulled over by the sheriff's department.
Yes, it's delinquent chair.
Triangle
Right.
thing.
Considering she's already said she's not running again.
Exactly, yeah. That is a pretty good story.
That still baffles me,
What's that?
handing out checks on the floor.
Oh.
That's crazy. That's like Christmas for anybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, the thing is none of them were signed up to run yet.
That was just amazing. I mean, how can you, anyway, sorry.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, you cannot.
I mean, I can't.
Which is good, which is good.
Problem is they croak.
There are people.
That's a
that
good
do
thing,
it.
though, Jim, that you can't.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
There are people that are good at making things up.
Yes.
You guys have anything?
I'm gonna try to come see you on another deal when, or you'll be up there.
I'll be up there.
Okay, what time you break for lunch?
2:30, I take the late one. Twix,
Okay.
so then whenever.
Yeah, I'll try to slip up and see you, and I think you know.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Thank you.
That'll be perfect, so.
We did work out our average monthly collection, and provided we don't drop below that 452 number, that total 452 receipt, and we stayed on average. We'll almost be spot on our estimate,
You know, I think,
which is pretty
I
good.
think we're gonna be right there.
There's a lot of things that could change between now and then.
Yeah, for better or worse.
That's why I'm really glad that Malcolm, I just project the numbers, Malcolm has to decide which one he's gonna use in the budget. And I'm like, I think this is the average based on this, so. But yes.
So do you give him a choice?
There's usually some back and forth.
Yeah, there's some, what do you really think kind of thing, and so.
It would probably blow your mind to think that the number one thing, Christy and I, the thing that takes the longest is probably this piece
Yeah.
Deciding that,
between our offices.
figuring that out, so.
Predicting the future.
We're the consensus revenue estimating group for
Yes.
Platte County.
Yeah, that's right.
And we don't have a whole panel of researchers.
That's probably why you guys do so well.
Yeah.
But
Whenever you have history.
Yes, we do love a spreadsheet, so that's what we've got.
very consistent.
Well, thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks, Christy.
Are you ready?
Yep, if you wouldn't mind.
Thank you.
And I did on receipts, by the way. Looks like it's high, but if you remember, part of that's due to us paying $1 million out for 16th Street
Mhm.
on the CDBG grant. Then we received the $1 million back, so seems high, but realistically, that $1 million reimbursement really makes it look goofy.
Yeah.
Well, it looked goofy before, because it was, we really don't have this.
Yeah.
And that was prior to when that had to be written, and then you'd said, well, it might be 180 days, before they come back.
Then you, like, cash on hand, it's important to remember all of the specific purpose tax money for phase 2 of the courthouse we're holding. We've not bonded, so that's inflated by about 2 million for the spot money.
Restricted. Those kind of things really skew the budget too.
Oh, yeah. You might have those two when you get up there. Well, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm just giving you credit. Oh, no.
I didn't have.
How are we?
Good.
Okay, we're a little ahead of schedule, but we'll go ahead and keep moving. We have our assessor on. Good morning.
Alright.
Pretty easy tax cancellation. We had created a personal property account for Robert and Kimberly, I'm gonna say their last name wrong, Himmel. And we should not have, they did not have ag land. And we had that personal property account open for tax year 24 and 25. They did not pay the tax bill, so it's simply just a cancellation of the tax bill for tax year 24 and 25, as they should not have had that personal property account. The 2024 bill was for $64.13, and the 25 bill was for $59.
Do you guys have any questions on these tax cancellations?
No. I don't.
We leave it for that.
I would move to accept the tax cancellations, as presented by assessor.
A second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the tax cancellations. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have fun.
Just listening to the legislator.
Yeah.
If you have time, I'll just sign them real quick.
Yeah.
It's nice when it's a short stack.
Yes.
Malcolm, you said Josh canceled for that 11 o'clock deal?
Yep.
Okay.
Is everything at the legislature going your way?
It's moving right along. We were down there yesterday discussing Senate File 110 primarily.
What do you think?
Is that the 25% backfill on,
School?
That's-
which one is that?
That one is, for people who sign up, then they wouldn't pay 25 school mills for their residential improved property. And it would take the ratio from 9.5% to 8.3%.
Oh, okay.
And then the intent of it is to sunset the homeowners exemption and the long-term homeowners exemption as well. My only concerns with it would just be how long can the state fund make this doable?
You said that was 110?
Mhm.
It depends on whether they can use the state trust land for the best revenue generating.
That been amended from its original red?
I think that there was a couple amendments yesterday, but it was also, we left it and we're supposed to revisit it again tomorrow.
Okay.
There was still discussion, but we ran out of time.
Who wrote that?
Hicks?
Huh?
Senator Hicks?
Hicks. Okay.
That one seems to come up everywhere you turn. This one, about 110.
Yeah.
Maybe, may have a chance to get them through.
Where does the state get money for that?
For the schools?
Yeah, I mean, through that bill where they replaced the 25 mills from.
They would just take it out of, the school foundation fund. question I posed yesterday, and I don't know if it was asked to LSO, was if we were to stay current with how things are right now with the funding that's going into there, how many years would it be able to sustain?
That's right.
My question.
Until next year. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Until next year.
Until it's somebody else's problem.
That's right.
One of our things was that we would just need it to be not effective until 2028. It would require some pretty significant programming with our system to be able to have 2 different mill levies on one property. And then there was also the discussion whether or not the treasurer systems would be able to do that. I had emailed YCATS yesterday morning to ask if that was something, and they thought that they should be able to do some tweaking and programming to be able to support that. But our system, they said that they should be able to do it. It just would need to take a little bit of time to get the programming done and updated and pushed out and test all the bugs. We'll see. See what happens.
Thanks,
All
Danae.
right, thank you.
Okay, since Jim's here, we'll go ahead and keep moving. Morning, Jim.
Well, morning.
What do you have for us today?
We've just been working away. We've got, we'll finish one office probably this afternoon, and then we'll just have Penny's office in public health to do, hopefully this week as well. We'll be done over there. So that project's coming along really well. The water heater in the jail, hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have a better idea of when we're gonna get it put in. We're waiting on a couple of parts to put that in. We've done some, we've built some shelves for the IT room in here. So Jordan can take his stuff out of the garage and put it in here out of the dust, so, which we got that done. Put some track in Malcolm's trailer.
Thank you very much.
Just kind of getting those small projects out of the way in between working on other projects, the bigger projects. So, we are having issues with the HVAC system in this building. Lungs have been here 4 days in the mornings. Something in the controls in the Daikin system is, so it works well during the day, and then somewhere in the middle of the night, it'll either kick that thermostat to heat or cool, and then it's just stuck. So we finally got the service checker software put on it yesterday morning, and he'll be back today to go through that and see if they can't figure out why.
So they don't have a root cause yet,
They do not.
but it sounds like software.
Sounds, yeah, it seems to be a software
Because you
issue.
don't have components failing, whether it's thermostat.
If we force it, so like Malcolm's main office, if we force that into heat, then it'll heat up. But then it gets to a time, I don't know what that time is, maybe 8, 9 o'clock at night. It doesn't call for heat anymore, it calls for cool, then it goes into cool, then it just sticks. Then it won't go back to heat. So that's what they're trying to figure out why, what time frame that's getting stuck. So right now it was happening in Mona's office as well. That one has seemed to figured itself out, and it's been working for the since Thursday now. But Malcolm's office, his main office, and the hallway are the issues now. Christie's office was an issue. But the last 2 days have been, hers has been working just fine. So,
So it's not like one particular zone, it's like
no,
monkeys around with different ones.
yeah, yep.
Bugs running around.
Yeah, this morning when I got here, the lights were all flashing on Malcolm's thermostats, which indicates it's not working properly. But then about 8:30, it was working just fine again. So
And it'll set a fault code,
it has not yet. So
and the only way you know is if you physically look at the thermostat, it doesn't talk to your, because I thought you had something.
it does, but I haven't been able to see that for a few days now because he's got his computer tied into the main box down here in the room. On the Daikin system itself, he's got his, so I can't get in. It
Oh,
won't
the
let me
tech
in.
does?
Yes, the tech does.
Oh, okay.
So,
But
and
you
it's-
can't be notified Wi-Fi,
it does not,
you have to physically plug into it.
yep,
Hmm,
so.
okay.
Hopefully the recording today will show us more of a problem and we can get it figured out, so.
Does that system have the ability to issue you a fault code that says bad thermo in this room, bad sensor, I mean,
It
any
does,
component?
that doesn't come to me, but it'll send a code, an error code. Then I can call the tech and give him that code and then they can go in behind all the stuff that I can see with this service checker.
So we're reliant upon them?
Yep.
Okay.
So, but it's the same, I mean, we've had issues with the same problems for ever. But hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have a solution and then I'll email you guys that.
What do you see as a resolution to where this just doesn't continue to go on and on and on and on? I mean, where's the goalpost here, for that?
So I talked to the tech's boss and I asked him, at what point do we call Daikin themselves? And he asked me to give this one more try before we get them involved. Let's get this recording looked at today and then we'll move from there. So that's kind of where I'm at. I would just as soon call Daikin and send somebody here that can fix this.
What's preventing you from doing that other than just being nice to that guy?
I was gonna talk to Malcolm about, do we have a contract with Long? I've never signed anything. I don't know if there was anything signed when the building got turned over or anything, so.
I just think it's a pain for the people that have to put up with the temperature variances.
Oh, yes,
And it's a
definitely.
pain for you to have to deal with it.
definitely.
And at some point, we gotta fix this.
Mhm.
So I don't know what that point is.
So,
with you.
yeah, if we don't have a contract,
What's that?
Yeah, so how much are we paying Longs to be here every day?
I have not received a bill for this last 4 or 5 days, whatever it's been.
You should ask
Um,
for you.
I
Like a
don't-
week's worth of work
they're,
there on this stuff.
they've been really pretty good to us
Okay.
the last few times of not charging us at all because they really haven't done anything.
Okay.
But then I'm gonna get on the horn and get Daikin involved then, as long as we don't have a contract. So,
Something's gotta change. That's where I'm at. Something's
agree.
gotta change. And I don't know where that change is, cause I don't know about who's got a contract with who and who don't and that kind of thing, but, we just can't keep kicking this can down the road and hope
Right.
this thing's gonna fix itself. And it's too new, to have, like Steve said, bugs crawling around in it. There's gotta be a way to alleviate this.
I was told over the weekend that there's only 3 of these systems in the whole state. And
That's exciting.
there's
Yeah,
the oldest one, he told me was in Crawford. And it's been there like 7 years and they're still working on the bugs on that system. On different things that have popped up, so. I would
This
like
was
to-
a sub to Samson that did this, correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
So we had no input in this, it was Samson's sub, they,
yeah.
okay.
Long's installed it.
Sheet Metal's installed it,
Yeah,
didn't they?
sheet metal
Yeah, I would
specialties,
say.
but all the controls were with Long.
So, I will be reaching out to Dyken then, and as long as we don't have that, so, yeah, I totally agree, we gotta get that fixed.
It just doesn't make any sense. You know, if this is happening and that's happening, and the end result is we still have a problem, then
Just-
what?
And you'll have to work with Longs, because I can imagine calling up Dyke and you say, we have this problem, they say, well, that sounds great, what do you know about it? And then you have to probably get whatever Long has been recording and send it over to them for troubleshooting, I'd imagine how that goes.
And hopefully, yeah, hopefully Dyken will talk to me and they don't just say, well, you know, call our techs. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm willing to make that next step, so. I do have a couple of questions. Jamie, asked me to, get us a pickup in for repairs. Where does that repair, who pays for that repair? Does he have a line item for that?
Oh, and that's something, we're gonna have to have a broad budget discussion about that, about vehicle repair, but, it would come out of yours at this point.
Okay, so he also needs, 2 windshields put in, 2 of his trucks. So that'll put me way over that line item.
So the fire warden ones, are you just talking, so the fire warden ones will take out of the fire suppression or fire prevention line item?
Okay, so
Yeah,
the red trucks will be out of a different line, but his emergency management truck will come out of mine.
for now, yeah.
Okay. And then do I just give those to you then?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Working really hard on getting the quotes back to do the pod rental. That's kind of been a challenge, but I'm making some headway.
Challenge as far as what?
Lighting, who carries the lighting that we need?
Oh, so you're talking about materials.
Yes, material. So, I hope to have that to you guys, I hope to send it to you within the next week.
Wasn't that originally on the schedule for start that at the end of this month?
I never really had a schedule. I told them that I would like to start that,
Okay,
but I've never had a set date on when to get that.
okay.
So, yes, I would like to get all this done, get it to you, and then, the next time I meet with you, then,
And you probably need to coordinate with them
Yes.
one each at a time.
yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say, you need to manage it with
Yep.
insurance. So you
and we've been, really pretty good over there with, Will and Tony have been really good to work with, and I'll just let them know when I'd like to start, and then they'll figure it out and let me know.
Well, the customer count, I call it, is down at a level to where it would be better for them at this level of inmates,
Mm-hmm.
where it would have not been as good 3-4 months ago.
Right.
Did you see it this morning?
Yeah.
I think that was from several years ago.
I thought that was, what is this, you know, and I just,
But there was, what, 10 or 12 from Converse County.
yeah,
Oh,
We all for Converse County. And then if you look at the dates, they were all,
yeah. I looked at that, I think you clicked the wrong button.
boy, these guys are Jill for a long time. Birthdays.
So, that's what I'm working on, what we're doing. I know Malcolm said something about we need to start our budgets, so we're gonna
Well, keep pushing forward on those materials and, you know, the
Yes.
acquisition of those materials for that pod, because that's something that really needs to happen.
I was expecting a phone call today or an email from another company out of Denver to get some lighting material from, so.
Well, just remember, if they don't get back to you, then you get back to them. Because some of these people, you know, even though you're wanting to spend money there, sometimes you gotta write them. I don't know why.
Yeah. No.
Are you working with Jamie on backup power for the
Yes.
complex?
I am, that backup generator, I hope to have all that stuff to him this week. So we sized, I had the electrician come in and size the generator, and he was gonna get me a full quote for that, and then I'll get it to Jamie and Lisa. And I asked that electrician to have that to me by Wednesday this week, so.
Which one you talking about?
Backup power for that, that's for the generator.
That's what I thought there.
And how did he size that?
So, Jared was going to, he came out and looked at it and looked at the service. Sorry, I didn't bring my notes, but, and then he got, some dates from me from like fair time, and he was gonna get hold of the town and see what our usage was for that week. And then he was gonna go from there.
Because that's like your peak usage, I would
Right.
think, because you got doors open, you got AC on, you got a kitchen running,
Right.
you know, all of those things. That's gonna be your major peak.
Yep.
Time, and the rest of the time is not nearly that.
Right.
It's my understanding that building is way overwired or over-serviced for what it
It's
is.
over-serviced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over-serviced.
Yep.
That being what it is. So you're waiting on him to come back with a generator size?
Yep.
To take care of the needs that we have, not what the building is serviced at?
Right.
Okay.
So he'll have a size of generator and then the quote to do it, so.
Because with generators, they don't like running at 30%,
No.
35%. They don't
No.
like that.
No. They would really like to be between 88 and 93% is what TWE says.
They operate most efficiently, and your power stream is better when they're operating that way, because anything less than 60, especially with sensitive equipment, they don't like it.
And then did you want to visit about the Coleman Building
Yeah.
HVAC?
As you're aware, when Brian was up here, we went through and lifted, I don't know, 30, 40 ceiling tiles
Right,
all over the
right.
place. We mapped the delivery system of those units,
Okay,
you know, up above, and that's a mess. The majority of the main trunk lines in that are what we can refer to as rag ducts, okay? It's not metal, it's rag ducts. That's what the industry's called them for 100 years. They typically went out of use 70s, early 80s, whatnot. And all it is foam board. It's like an R board, and it's got foil on both sides. Comes in a panel, it's V-cut, folded, taped.
right,
Here's your ductwork. That stuff doesn't flow very well, especially after time. It's impossible to clean. And it's not something that's been used in 100 years for a lot of reasons. The ductwork up there doesn't need to be insulated anyway, because you got a hard lid 3 feet above it, and that's where all your insulation factor is. So, in order to have this system, if these furnaces are replaced and the rooftop units are, we have enough tonnage in AC Because based on the 7,200 square foot of the building, you need about 14 tons. We got 17, so we're good. You know, as far as that, with the units tonnage wise up on top. But with these furnaces, if you upgrade to a furnace that's going from 70% efficient, which is a high number for those based on their age, to these pilotless units, they're in the 90s. And you don't do anything with the air distribution and return system, you're not fixing everything. It's just, you know, you put on new furnaces, better efficiency, but when you've got units, and I can show you on here where you got a supply going into one office, and then right inside the door is where the return is, and the return comes up, goes to a different furnace. That makes no sense why you can have a supply out of one unit and have it returned to a different unit that may or may not even be running at the time. So your efficiency is done, right at that, it's just done. We talked about moving some of the supplies, but you know, in these offices like one, you know, all those ones from Penny's on down, because typically what you want is you want them closer to an exterior wall and a window so that hot air comes out and it kind of washes that area. But if we do that, then we got drywall work and that kind of thing on wherever the existing ones were. So what I asked him is, let's just keep them where they're at and we'll run with that. There's one particular spot, there's a return that comes out of, I don't remember which office it is, I got it here. Comes up through, goes into a 90, it's hard pipe, galvanized hard pipe. Then there's a galvanized hard pipe in the hallway. They're not connected. It's just dumping the return up into the space. It's going nowhere, back to the furnace. That's just another issue. Then there's 2 or 3 flex ducts up there. I've never been a fan of flex ducts unless you have to use them because they don't flow with a hoot. They're a spiraled mess, and when you start shoving air through them, that air does the same thing, to the point of where it bunches up on itself after a certain length. But there's several of them up there that, one I can think of, it's gotta be 30 feet long. Comes from a trunk line way over yonder with the flashlight, and then you got this 8-inch flex duct comes over there. It's pinched off and taped up. What's the story with that? Don't know. Doesn't belong there. Isn't doing anybody any good. And if anything, it could be detrimental to what's happening with the rest of the system. So I think that in order to do this right, that ductwork needs to be addressed, or we're not doing it complete.
Right.
You know, to where we're done, we don't have to worry about it 30, 40 years. If we do this without addressing that, we're not gonna get the full benefit of the efficiency of these new units. And if we're gonna do this at some point, let's do it once, and let's do it right, and let's do it complete. And that way we're not back in there like you're dealing with at this other system in this building, to where they're saying, well, this room's too hot and this room's too cold. In their library over there, or the law library, you've got a supply duct that say right here where this one is.
Right.
You got a return right there.
Right.
So all that hot air comes in, and it's gone. It doesn't even get infused into the room where it works. So there's lots of those kind of issues that would have to be addressed, because no matter what you put up there for a furnace or an AC unit, if that's what it does, you're not fixing anything. That's just where I'm at on the whole thing. You got a way to make color copies?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're looking at. Anything in orange, that's supply.
Okay.
Okay, anything in that bluish purple, that's your returns. This is your hardline wall. That's that brick wall that goes all the way up, the dividing wall. And I don't know what kind of proposal he's gonna come back with, but you know, with it mapped out like that, now you know.
This is, okay.
Yeah, this is public health. This is the way it sits. This is north. Well, that's public health, and that's the attorney side.
Okay.
The X is always supply.
So yeah, it doesn't do any good to replace the
Burns.
furnaces
Right.
if it's not gonna get to the
I don't think so.
spot where we need it. Like replacing the pipe or pump.
Right.
This would have
You
to
all
be,
need, oh, you got a couple, okay.
yeah.
Did
This
you
would have
save
to
a
be-
copy?
What's that?
Did you save a copy or do I, you want me to bring this back to you?
That's the only one I got.
Okay,
Is
I'll
that one.
photo this and then get it,
Okay.
the other one to you.
That's just kind of where I'm at on that deal, Jim.
Right.
I'm not saying that these furnaces wouldn't help some, but I think if we're gonna do it right,
Yeah,
this is a conversation I wouldn't want a commissioner down the road 5 or 10 years to say, or 15 years, what were they thinking when they did this?
right,
You know, I don't want that to come back ever.
15 minutes, you know. You can put all the stuff you want there, but if it doesn't get to where it needs to go,
Exactly.
you have the same complaint 15 minutes after
Yeah.
you fix it.
Yeah, the 2 brake light warning.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have no numbers back yet, or we have no numbers back yet
Okay.
on what it would take to do that. It would be done in phases, because there's no way to vacate that building
right,
and pull that whole lid down and go. So conversation was 1 furnace at a time, because they're not gonna really be tied together that they can't, you know, put them all together at one point on the return side. Pressure side, you never would do that. And
Although currently they're tied together.
kind of,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a,
Yeah.
yeah, we've never really done much in all the time that I've been here, we've never done anything with any of the ducts. It's been an igniter or, we've changed filters on them. You know, just something simple as right underneath the,
Well, you
heaters,
know the
so-
old adage, if you get what you pay for?
yeah,
There you go. I mean, that's what I'm looking at up there, was probably the lowest bidder who decided that he was an HVAC guy. Oh, I can connect this to this and I don't have to tie this in because it's a pain to get over the wall or whatever. And that's what it looks like up there.
And I suspect that there were a lot of walls added
Yes,
oh, yeah,
yeah.
over time. And
Yeah.
the HVAC system wasn't changed,
Yeah, wasn't modified.
modified to meet those changes.
Now, in that law library, it was discussed about, oh, this is gonna get split, but that's not a big deal. That's a minor change on that unit on the end, once it's decided how that's gonna look.
okay,
So that's not set in concrete. It can be adapted. So yeah, we're talking about one unit at a time, however long that takes, 14 working days, I don't know. Then, okay, then the next, and the next, and the next, because we just can't vacate that whole building and say, knock it out.
Right.
Don't have the ability to do that.
cool.
Wouldn't you think, Ian, this is the thing?
That, I was just thinking about, how we started this whole thing was that, RFP, and we go, let's do an RFP, but we need to understand the system first, and now we understand the system, I think that we're there. I think that's the way to go forward with it. I mean, you're crawling around and looking at what actually happens. I think we actually know what the problem is now.
I think it was
Very
well
good
worth the
job.
time to do it, because, there's no way to know until you do it.
Oh, no, that's right. You gotta get up and look at it. I think that was huge. Yeah, thank you very much for
Well,
doing that.
I'm not the HVAC guy, but the guy that I called is.
You're just the squirrel they send up to crawl around and see.
That's it. Shine the light over here, yeah, I can do that.
So it's gonna be a while before we make a decision on what we wanna have all the information for.
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Anything else for Jim? Hopefully it's shoveling snow by the end of the week.
That's right. You might go home and start lifting up a shovel just to practice. I was doing that 2 months ago. I was like, oh crap, I'm never gonna use these muscles. What am I doing?
I know,
Yeah.
yep, I'm ready, let's go. Okay, Jim, do you want me to email this back to you, or do you want me to bring you a copy right away?
Oh, just, yeah, bring me back my paper copy,
Okay.
just in case I was to get a phone call. That way I've got it to look at. If he calls me and says, hey, if he wants a clarification on something.
Mhm.
It'd
Can
be
you
easier for me to
print
write that on
color
a
in
piece of
your
paper
office,
than a
Malcolm?
screen.
Okay, I'll just go up and get it and bring it right back to you.
Thank you.
We have the
Okay.
technology.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Nine point five.
Shall we do this easement, Malcolm?
You can do the Caro simple subdivision.
Okay.
That one doesn't require you to be at 10 o'clock.
Hello.
Good morning.
Right. Did you have a chance to look over the paperwork I sent? Or, okay, that I provided? Sorry. So basically, this is the Caro simple subdivision. This is one of those subdivisions within a subdivision, Prairie View Estates. There's a large acre parcel that is getting divided, proposed. The whole purpose, wonderful couple, got to meet them this morning when they came to sign. Purpose for dividing our property into two 20-acre parcels is they only need 120. They're on the north portion. They're looking to sell the lower tract 7B if it gets subdivided. Do you have any questions?
I don't.
Ian? As always, with me. The owners have signed, county engineer has signed, I've signed. And yes, we have a not very common surveyor, so I have to cross that off. Put my name in. I'll put the sticker in for planning and zoning. And that is yours, if we're good.
Crayon.
Crayons right here. Wait.
I would consider a motion.
And this is one of those goofy ones, you know, Laura says it's subdivision in a subdivision,
Yeah.
which should require, it makes it ineligible for simple sub, but
Yeah.
because it was a large
Large
acreage and we don't regulate those or recognize them, then
So when you say large acres, more than 35?
35 or
More
more.
than 30, yeah.
And I will tell you this, I got a call last week, well, there's an email blast to all the planners in the state. Other counties are running into subdivisions within a subdivision, and those of us who do not have large acre parcel rules and regulations at the county level are starting to run in, we have not run into any road issues, but it's becoming a thing.
Road issues?
Like, somebody's trying to do a private road, they're not getting an encroachment, I'm in the middle of enough and it didn't apply to me, so, but, we're talking like Teton and Jackson, up that area. So, like, when 7B sells, they will have to get an encroachment license, cause their legal access will be Sentinel Rock, which is fine, in our case. So, just a heads up that, as people are subdividing these large acre parcels, I foresee, not in the near future, but short term, within 5 years, we might start seeing problems. So I will be kind of following what's going on in the other counties and what they're trying to address. So, but there are a lot of us out there who don't have large acre parcel monitoring.
I need to probably look into, see what kind of problems that, that gives us. Because right now, we have nothing to do with large acreage subdivisions, so this just looks like a simple subdivision.
I'll forward the email I got
I can-
to Malcolm and then, I can get out to you guys. So,
I don't know if it's an actual issue, I'm not sure.
I don't, not for us, but
Right now,
it's
it doesn't seem like
becoming
much of an issue at all. I mean,
with others, and I think it has to do with roads and accesses.
So, what does?
And it may be other counties' road access situations. Like I said, I didn't really look into it, didn't apply to us. We're not getting affected by it.
I wonder if it gets to be the case where they have so many, like, offshoots of roads off their county roads that it becomes a problem or something like that, like
Could be.
a road coming off every 300 yards.
Or It could honestly be large acre parcels that are trying to get tied to town, incorporated roads
Probably.
too, at that,
Probably,
so,
maybe.
anyway, which would affect you, commission, not me, so.
I appreciate that email.
Alright,
I'm ignorant.
Oh, you haven't made your motion? Did you motion?
Yeah, I would move to approve that Caro Simple subdivision.
A second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to approve the Caro Simple subdivision. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
What do you have coming up this month for planning and zoning?
I actually have a simple subdivision that I need to run through planning and zoning. First. And then, addresses. Next era's gotta be coming up here pretty quick. We'll hit in March for sure. Which is just working with Benchmark and Rex and myself. And
So are they still working on their deficiencies?
yeah, their deadline's March 2nd, so did have a request come in for seeing the deficiencies, so I'll be getting that out and organized to Malcolm. Yeah, it's pretty slow and steady. I have a couple subdivisions, simple subdivisions that kind of got put on hold. Owner's choice, dealing with Wheatley Irrigation District and not knowing how to do that or not wanting to at the time. So I got a couple of those from early 25 that will be bouncing back around this year. And hopefully, I would like to get them wrapped up. So, yeah. I got the Kinder Morgan Highland Crude coming up. So that should be relatively painless. Yeah, not much, just shaking hands,
Just keep smiling.
driving around.
Just keep smiling.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's good.
hopefully start working on getting some, definitely want to start and work with planning and zoning and you guys to try and start getting something for energy storage systems, battery energy storage systems, however we want to come out with breathing regulations. So, yeah, it's not gonna go away, so might as well
No.
address it.
The presentation we had just last week, you know, they were talking about battery storage systems.
Oh, okay.
And they're not just for renewables.
Right, no.
They're for all kinds of.
In Alaska, they're using the energy storage to level out the grids.
Yeah.
and that's
Which
That's what they're talking about here
It's
too.
huge, huge. So,
Yeah, it's,
yeah, Wyoming intertie, got some Wyoming intertie stuff going. That's cool.
You know, as this technology and these batteries has been vastly improved from what we're hearing over the last 10 to 12 years and the like, and that's why they're starting to slide them into, you know, regular electrons generated, coal, natural gas, so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Because it's not, it's labeled as, oh, batteries, it's a renewable thing, but it's not like that
It's not,
all the
it's
time
not.
anymore.
it's a water tower.
Exactly.
It's a water
It's a
tower.
storage unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's more interesting. It's getting more interesting.
Can we just have something that says White County has no position on BES?
Well, on that note, I'll do that for you.
You
I'll
gotta
do an op-ed or something.
put a question mark behind
Letter
that.
to the editor, something. But it's not just the best. I mean, like, I'm running into some things that do need to be addressed.
Yeah.
Pun intended on this one. So we had a situation where I went out and did 2 addresses way up north, Glendo. Like
That
that?
was good,
Thank you.
That was
And
really good.
somebody had done just really nice subdivision. Actually, it's actually Prairie View Estates where this off of. And off of Sentinel Rock, they have a really nice handmade faded sign. And then off of Meadowdale, which is the road I went in to hit my 2, it's not there. Had the person, the client, not took a picture of the sign and
Yeah.
and I anyway, I did issue the addresses because statutorily, I couldn't find it. So, and I talked to Doug, county attorney, and he goes, it sounds like it's more of something that would be controlled at our level. And he goes, the bottom line, and I tell everyone this, the bottom line for an address is health and safety.
Yeah.
To get there in case of an emergency. So under this little addressing situation that came to light, I've talked to Anthony, I've talked to Will, I've talked to Jamie. Sure, we can do GPS markers all the time. It's also come to my attention that GPS's markers are kind of fading out, and there's a new system that's more accurate coming in. Don't ask, I cannot explain it. It went over my head in a heartbeat. So, yeah, there's something else that's coming that's even more accurate. That in case of an emergency, they're not gonna look at a GPS marker and try and wiggle their way there. They're gonna look for the signs first, because visually it's easier.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. So, I actually talked with Chris with Road and Bridge, and he had some interesting creative ideas about addressing private roads, because that's what this situation is, these are private roads. And I think the two of us will get with you in the near future, bring a proposal, but, having something saying, okay, you're doing a simple subdivision or subdivision, then this is gonna be a new requirement. I think might be good for Road and Bridge, be good for the county. It wouldn't make a lot of money, but it could make some pennies, and it would help keep the road signs up on private roads. So, and the one address, the Prairie View's only been around since 21. When I talked to Will, he's like, where are you talking? And the other subdivision's not even
Yeah,
a year and a half old. Places you just don't get to a lot for the sheriffs, or even Jamie, Road and Bridge, Mark could find it in a heartbeat, but even Chris was like, oh, wait a minute, I think through, because he's not up there all the time either.
I know, we should almost have something that, like on your simple subdivision there, the very top, it says there's no central water system, no central sewer. Fire protection is provided by Platte County firefighters or volunteer, whatever,
1F district, 2F district.
Exactly, you can't have that disclosure on there unless you address it,
Yeah, something like that.
that's,
And I thought we changed that so they had to be addressed with a road sign.
When an new address comes across, these are two new addresses, there were already addresses issued when the subdivision first came in, when the road signs were up. And they're hand painted, they look nice, but they're not ones that are gonna withstand, especially up there, not withstand the weather. They're gonna blow over, they're gonna fade. The one that was,
Just like ours.
that was gone was on the top of a fence post. And the gentleman went out, and when I called him on it, he goes, oh, I even noticed, I went up there just to make sure everything was okay. And he goes, I walked all over that field and I couldn't find it. I said, oh, that windstorm probably took it to Nebraska.
it's gone.
I said, it's gone. So,
Turn left by the tree stump.
Yeah.
Kind of
there's
thing.
no trees up there yet. So anyway, but
I mean, that might be something, you don't have fire protection unless it's addressed. You don't have, and so that disclosure isn't true on top of there if they don't have an address.
and the other flex I gave was there is a very nice metal Prairie View Estates sign that is permanently affixed.
Yeah.
It's a nice big metal one, nice clear, like it hasn't faded since they put it up probably in 21. So it marks if you're in an emergency, you'll see Prairie View. I did stop and pause, and I'm like, okay, where's the road sign? And I went back to my papers, and I was like, okay, well, here we go, let's see what we got. So came back. Before I issued it, I did do a little questioning and recon, but I did issue. So. 10 o'clock.
It's
Well-
within a minute.
Oh, is Jane on? Okay.
Okay, we have a public hearing scheduled for planning and zoning, so I'll turn it over to Laura and we'll call that to order.
Okay, first of all, did you receive the information? I have time to review what I submitted regarding the special use permit for Daniel Stone for Western Sunset LLC aggregate extraction.
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
I will just, for the record, give a quick review of the request details. Just reading it out. The applicant seeks a special use permit to comply with Platte County's land use rules and regulations. Daniel Stone for Western Sunset LLC will be mining limestone and crushing rock into different sizes of gravel for the oil and gas industry, local ranches, and other businesses. The mine size will be up to 15 acres. The mine will be located on Muddy Creek LP lands managed by Brad Reese. Land in the area is currently being mined by Mr. Reese and is also being used for livestock grazing. Mr. Reese is nearing the end of his 15-acre limited mining permit, which by chance, Western Sunset is the one doing the crushing for that mine. And that reclamation is due to begin in late 2026, so this year. Mr. Reese approached Mr. Stone about starting a mine on the property to keep the oil and gas industry in the area supplied with rock. Mr. Stone will also obtain a stormwater discharge permit from the DEQ. The Air Quality Division Land Quality Permit did just arrive, I have that in hand. And then also the Water Quality Division, and those are the 3 required state of Wyoming permits for a limited mining operation, an LMO. So Mr. Stone has no future plans for additional mineral extraction within 1 mile of the proposed area. After reclamation, the area will return to livestock grazing by Muddy Creek LP, and Mr. Stone feels that the gravel pit will have little impact on the area as it is surrounded by ranch land with no dwellings in the area, and that would be an understatement in this case, which is nice. The Muddy Creek LP partners are in favor of Mr. Stone's operation on their private land, and so that's just a quick summary. There were no neighbor comments, notifications went out. The agency comments, the sheriff's department, the road and bridge, weed and pest, game and fish, Wyoming Game and Fish, and Platte County Resource District all had no problems with this. The pro is that obviously this is a quality product and there's a good vein, and this will probably wrap up the vein is what it sounds like. That, as we all know, quality aggregate is sought after, especially when you're dealing with businesses, roads, etc., building. I didn't see any cons in this one. The stipulations are, the 6 stipulations were run through planning and zoning last Tuesday, February 10th, and planning and zoning, they approved the motion with 6 conditions, and all were in favor. The 6 conditions are that the approval is conditional upon the approval of the required state permits, Wyoming DEQ, so the Land Quality Division, the Water Quality Division, the Air Quality Division, with the understanding that the final approval is expressly not granted until issuance of the required state permits. Number 2, that the above approval be confined into part of the southwest quarter, the northeast quarter, part of the northwest quarter, the southeast quarter, part of the northeast quarter, the southwest quarter, and part of the southeast quarter, the northwest quarter of Section 2, Township 30 North, Range 68 West of Platte County, Wyoming, as shown on the site plan map provided by the applicant. Number 3, that the application be subject to all requirements in the aggregate extraction section of the Platte County Land Use Rules and Regulations dated January 21st of 2025. Number 4, that this is reviewed on a complaint basis, or if access to this site is rerouted to any road maintained by Platte County. Those first 4 are standard aggregate extraction stipulations. The only access in and out of this pit is through Carbon County, and it has been used and maintained. And if you have any questions, Jane Stone with Western Sunset was available for comments in just a moment, or questions. Number 5, provide the Planning and Zoning Office proof of reclamation with Wyoming DEQ status of the state permits no longer in use in relation to Platte County Special Use Permit SP 13-3 held by Brad Reese and Heather Reese from the Wyoming DEQ. That's the active permit that will be reclaimed by the end of this year. That way we can track when these permits are done, that they're just not eternal, because they're eternal until the applicant says we're done. And number 6, provide a letter from Brad Reese and Heather Reese stating that the SP 13-3 is no longer in use and that they would like to cancel the permit themselves. And so the recommendation would be to approve with the 6 conditions for Planning and Zoning Commission. Did you have any questions for Joan or Jane or myself?
So at this time, I'll open it up for public comment. Do we have any public comment on the request for the special use permit? Hearing none, I will bring it before the board. The only access to this location is through Converse County, correct?
Correct. It
Not
was
Concord
very,
County.
oh, Converse. Sorry. Guess who I talked to recently? Yeah, no, Converse, I'm sorry, to the north.
So do they have to have a road use agreement with Converse County?
They do not. Jane, do you want to explain the road use situation?
Yes, we have a very good relationship with Jason of the Converse County Road and Bridge. Actually, we've done several roads for him out of our pit in Converse County. And so he knows what we're doing. We're crushing in there for Brad right now, and they needed water on the road. So Jason called Danny and said we need a water truck. So we got a water truck going on there. And if we need to get a special use permit, I know that Brad Reese has one that they are using. I talked to him last night, and he does have one with Converse County that he said he could add us to if that need be.
Questions to you?
No, I don't at all either. I was just thinking about, this is just, doesn't matter in one way or the other, but I'm going, man, I don't know if I would say I have no intention of expanding the permit on my own thing, but I think that's tied to the LMO, isn't it?
An LMO
Yes.
can only be 15
Yes.
years. Yeah, and it's already approved to the maximum.
Yeah. Can they go up to 30?
We would have to get a
Condition?
we would have to get a small mine permit. That's the next step. If things continued on, which we don't know if they will or not, we would get a small mine permit, which you can go up to 30 acres on that.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, that is none of our business. I just was reading that and looking at your dog. I think it's a great, I think it's a great project. Thank you very much for bringing it forward.
Okay.
No other questions, I would consider a motion.
I would move to approve a special use permit request made by Western Sunset with the 6 conditions recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the special use permit request made by Western Sunset with the 6 conditions recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. My dog's name's Opie, by the way, Opie Taylor. Red Oak.
Yeah, I can see his ears twitching going, oh, what do you need me for? Yeah, very good, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Anything else, Laura?
I do not have anything else, unless you have it for me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Ian's roll moment.
I know, I was like, that's a nice dog. Wait, grab that.
I don't necessarily need an executive session unless you had specific questions on any of these. Obviously, don't want to talk about that in public.
Right.
If you have specific questions. They are all in line with policy. I would recommend approval.
What's that?
I just, I pass it on before I, oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Do you have to wait till 10:30?
Do you?
Do you?
Oh, I hope so. I don't think we'll need to, but.
That's it.
Okay, I would consider a motion on the sick leave request donations.
Which ones? Okay. I would, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You could either choose to do them all individually or just do authorize as presented, then I would just list them out, but however you want to.
So I would approve the donation of sick leave hours from between employees as presented.
Second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the sick leave donation credit request from one employee to others as presented. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
So the only thing we have left is the encroachment license for the Wheatland REA.
Is that something that Doug was looking at?
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine it's too,
The encroachment, yeah, the right of way.
Yeah, the encroachment.
Yeah.
We're good on, but, so we want to have Doug look at this before we approve it.
Give them away rights to something.
that's your decision, but I always think it's a good idea.
Yeah, usually you give, they've been changing their easements lately. It didn't look like there was anything out of the ordinary, but
This is
I
Clay's.
didn't wanna.
Yeah. We were just discussing having Doug look at that before we approve that easement.
Does he have to?
Didn't have to, but we're giving away rights to that parcel.
Then we should.
Yeah, like I've been, I have been burned by the REA with rights on stuff like that.
I'm not sure why we have the parcel to start with, but
Somebody quit claiming it to us, yeah. You can have it.
so that's what we'll do then.
Obviously, without seeing it, if it's a parcel that's not usable or of any real benefit, you could also authorize the county attorney to start the transfer to whoever the adjoining landowner is. How many acres is it? Or,
Maybe not one,
okay,
Isn't it the road?
yeah, it probably is one.
where is it?
It's the portion of Fairview Road sits on it.
Yeah. It's one going across the road.
So you want me to get it to Doug and then it'll be at your next meeting? And then the encroachment I'll give to Chris so you can approve it.
Yeah.
Before you take action.
Okay.
Who's the encroachment asked?
On that. It's for the line to cross that.
See, like this
Okay,
one,
so it's on the west side of the interstate?
this is what usually gets you. Like it removes all of our rights to do anything if we wanted to do.
Like if we put a haystack on there.
Any building whatsoever. So if we had some interest in putting something there for, I don't know, whatever, they just
And you
say
can't.
no. Yeah, it takes away all the, I don't know if they'll change that or not, but probably not. But it gives them exclusive right to do, basically gives them the right. They own that piece,
From an easement.
yeah, pretty much.
You own it, they get to say what happens.
Yeah,
They gotta say no, yeah. Yes, that's right.
So,
so ownership doesn't have its privilege.
No. That and the transferability of it,
To who?
anybody,
Really?
yeah. Anybody, so like the ones that I've got burned on is that they built and they took like the entire, they were greedy anyways, but they took the entire section. They didn't describe the easement, they did the entire section, so they own all the rights to transfer anything
On the whole section?
on the, everything. And so
Not
they-
not just 140 feet through here or whatever?
Yeah, and it doesn't make, they've tightened it up for this one, but it still is, you lose all control, and then they sold the line to somebody else, and so now you have a neighbor that doesn't, that just has to abide by, I can say no, and that's my parcel, but it's like every other easement. I don't know if we can get around it or not.
So that reminds me of that snow fence easement down there off the Slater exit that that real estate guy called me on, and they looked all that up. And that snow fence has been falling down for 100 years, and it doesn't even work on that road anymore. But yet their easement is that whole section.
Yeah,
It's not just in 140 feet or whatever from the center of the road. And that's an issue for him.
yes.
And I don't know who got involved in that originally, but that's an issue.
so we'll have Doug look at it before we
Yes, so-
consider it.
Yeah.
So, do we have any further business?